This car represents minimalism, simplicity. A Porsche 911, especially the air-cooled version of it, is one of the most simple and satisfying experiences that you could have. There's a lot of chaos in the world, a lot of immersion of technology. This is a way to get away from that. It's also a very visceral experience. You have to be engaged. It's like hygiene for the brain. For me, I just pay attention to the sounds, the feeling of the vehicle. I could be like in a flow state. It's like a reset button. My name is Mike Glover. I own a 1980 Porsche 911 SC Targa rally conversion. I've always had a love for Porsches. I just could never afford them. I like the lines of Porsches. The air-cooled versions of those cars are cars that I grew up with. I remember I had a teacher in kindergarten who had a 356, and it stood out to me as being different. I wasn't really drawn to the Targa. I wanted a coupe. When I think about classic Porsche 911, I think about the 70s long nose era of Porsche. But the G-body, they're readily available. The Targa was priced a lot cheaper than the coupe. It was such a good value, I decided to pull the trigger on it. I think I saw it on Craigslist, was the first to contact her, and she had bought the car from the original owner and was just trying to look for a quick flip. Showed up and bought it on the spot. I was at the time living in northern Arizona, and I had flew into Denver, Colorado. I had never driven in a Porsche before. First gear was a little sticky, which is funny because the maintenance records backdating to 1992 also had it written down that first gear was a little sticky. When I got past that and took it for a little test drive, there was nothing like that I had ever experienced. And I had owned RX-7s, a whole bunch of JDM cars, but there was something very different. Like they say, fly by the seat of your pants. You could feel the car through the floor pans, and it handled like a go-kart on rails. After the test drive, I knew I had to take it home. I drove it straight from there back to Arizona and enjoyed every second of it. The conversion that I decided to do was inspired by my passion of rally and a small stint of racing in American Rally Series. The suspension is completely redone by Elephant Racing. It's tuned, it's dialed in for off-road. I wanted a car that I could drive on and off-road. Most of my motorcycles are dual sport. I don't just want a car that I could ride on the asphalt. I wanted an everyday driver that I wasn't afraid of getting an occasional door dent or scratch. So it's a driver's car. I wanted it to be a cool little daily rally car. Everything from the suspension to the amber lights to the roof rack. The basket rack is better for utility and carrying equipment. I don't have carpet on the bottom because I live in the foothills of the Wasatch Mountains. We're gonna have dirt, dust, or mud. A lot of the things that I built into the car is for utility, and I drive it like I stole it. I'm not afraid to get on it, and I drive the crap out of it. I think my favorite quirk is the sound. It's a stock 3-liter flat 6, but when you start it with an aftermarket exhaust, it sounds like a race car. It It's not the fastest car. It's not the sportiest car. But that sound, that hum is very distinct. It's like meditation. I don't need to have the radio on. I love that sound. It's like being in a hot sauna or a cold plunge. There's a therapeutic benefit for me driving it. I always got a smile on my face every time I get in it. And when I'm done, I'm like, man, I needed that. What I love most when I'm behind the wheel is I have to be focused and attentive. There's little times in our lives where we're present. When I'm in the car, my phone's put away. I'm not thinking about anything else besides driving it. That experience for me is needed to strike the balance. It's simple living with this car every day. Pretty maintenance free. The engineering behind these cars, the simplicity of them, it's super easy. If you pick up a shop manual, you can work on these cars. You don't need a computer. They're very analog. That experience in owning them makes it really easy. It's easy to fall in love with a Porsche. It's even easier to sustain that relationship. I took the car to an event in Montana. And on the way back, there was this crazy snowstorm. I had to drive this car, which is rear-wheel drive, basically on ice. It was super slick. Cars coming off the highway all over the place. I was having to use my hand to kind of wipe the windshield because the windshield wiper stopped working. And that's just kind of some of the experiences that you get in these cars when you daily drive them. Snowstorms to mud and muck. This car has seen it all. If this car could talk, I think it would talk about the attention to detail and care. Maybe nurturing is the word. I'm not super OCD about keeping it clean, but I want it to be functional and utilitarian. Whenever I have something that's mechanical, that's properly set up, I'd say it's dialed. This car is dialed. If it was talking to me, it would say, thanks for keeping me dialed in. There's not too much else I could do to this car. Maybe swapping in a 3.6 or a 3.8, or swapping it over from fuel injection to carbs. But it's pretty much perfect the way it is. Not the fastest car, not the sexiest car, but it's the right car for me. This is a forever car. I have very few forever anything, and this for sure is a forever car. I will never sell this car. This vehicle is a reflection of who I am. I like road cars, but I like off-road cars better. If every car I could make an off-road variant of, I would do that. I'm not an urban kind of guy. I like this balance between suburbia and getting off-grid. This vehicle is almost like the perfect bug-out vehicle. It's air-cooled, no electronics, EMP-proof, and then you can get off-road and outdoors in the backcountry. That's me.